Hi, so it's Emma from Emma in 3 here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to have a go at match betting, and I'm working with the guys at Odds Monkey who have sent me a match betting expert, Steve, to teach me the ropes and hopefully to help me make some money. So what is match betting? Many people use match betting to make a sustainable tax-free income each month, and this is what we're going to have a look at today. Using Odds Monkey, you can access 2 free offers which will start you on the process to making money. Luckily for me, I have my match betting expert, Steve, on hand. So Steve, is it really too good to be true?
No, absolutely not. Match betting in its purest form is taking advantage of bookmakers' welcome offers, continuing ongoing offers by using a little bit of simple maths. Now, you don't have to be a mathematics genius.
Good.
This is all taken care of by calculators and software within Odds Monkey. It's a case of registering the bookmaker. We're going to place a bet on something to happen with the bookmaker using our own cash. This is known as the qualifying bet. We're going to back, say, a horse to win a race. We're going to back a football team to win a match, something like that. Then we're going to do a counter bet. We're going to sort of try and cancel that bet out. We're going to do that at an exchange, a betting exchange, such as Betfair or Smarkets, Matchbook, others are available. So once we've placed our bet with a betting exchange, that will then cancel out the bet at the bookmaker. So if the horse wins the horse race, we'll win some money at the bookmaker, but we'll lose a little bit at the exchange. They sort of net each other off. After that, the bookmaker will then thankfully give us some free money to bet with. Once that money comes in, we're going to repeat the process, just changing a slightly different filter within the software. And then at the end of that, we'll be sat with a nice little profit, and we can then move on to the next offer and sort of rinse and repeat from there. So should we get started with it?
Sounds good.
Okay, so first thing first, you need to get your free account registered with Odds Monkey.
Okay.
So when you're within Odds Monkey, you've got the dashboard, will always be the first bit you go to. There's 6 tutorials within there. I'm not going to go through each one in depth at the minute because I'll be able to sort of fast track you through some of this. But essentially, we're going to be looking at the tutorials for the bookmakers, which is where we're going to earn the profits from.
So at the minute, there's Sky Bet, Betfred and Coral, and there's about £56 of profit there if we follow the guides all the way through.
We open up Coral, so if you want to go into there, always at the top of the tutorials, you'll see, like the headline up there, what we're actually going to do, which is bet £5. So that's our own money. And then we're going to get £20 free, which obviously sounds great, £5 for £20 free. If you want to scroll down that page a bit, then you can see we've got a nice, easy welcome video, which is all broken down into subsections. So at your leisure, you can go back and review that at any point. So if you click that, you'll see the step-by-step mini guide, all bullet pointed and numbered. So we just keep going all the way down. First things first, we're going to register an account with Coral. So I'll leave you to obviously enter your personal details and get registered. Okay, so you got your £5 in Coral. Now we need to change the odds from fractional to decimals, and I'll show you where that is on there.
Oh, up there.
Yeah. Okay, and you see there it says fractional. So if you click that and change that to decimal, the reason we're doing this, all bookmaker sites, they always start off with sort of fractional 2 to 1, 5 to 2, things that we've heard about for years. All the exchanges are in decimal odds, so we need to make sure we're comparing like with like.
Okay.
Just makes it a lot easier to do. So that's all in decimal now. So we go back to the guide again. We're now into the qualifying section where we're going to use this your own money to place the bet to then release the free bet. So it says we've got to use the odds matcher to find a suitable match betting opportunity. And it's got here minimum odds 1.5. So that's the decimals that we're sort of working with. So if there's a link to the odds matcher there. Just give that a click and then. Right, so now we're into the odds matcher. When you first see it, it can be a bit sort of daunting. There's lots of information. What the odds matcher is actually doing is looking at the odds of different sporting events at the bookmaker, such as football matches, horse races, things like that, and then looking at the odds on the exchanges, such as Betfair, and comparing the two together.
You can see it shows the time and the date. That's the time and the date the event starts. You can see what it is you're betting on. For example, there's a football symbol there. You can see it says Roday v Lons. And you can also see it says the bet is over 1.5 and the type is over under. That shows that we're going to be betting on over 1.5 goals in the match between Roday and Lons. There's also some percentages there. They're not important for right now. You can develop your knowledge and they'll become relevant later on. The blue information button is critical. That we'll be using that to get the bets in a moment. The Coral logo, nice logo there, just to make sure you're on the right bookmaker, so we know we're doing the right thing. And finally, we've got the back odds, which are 1.5. Remember in the guide, it said that the minimum was 1.5, so that works well.
The software actually takes care of all that, so we don't have to do anything manually ourselves for that.
There you can see it as the exchanges listed and the exchange odds. In the long column exchanges, sometimes there may be other exchanges you wish to use, they would be listed within there. Over on the left hand side you can see the list of all the events, so we've got all the football matches. There is also a horse race there as well if you'd like to use that.
The closer that we can keep the odds that we're betting on the bookmaker to the minimum of the offer, then the better for us. The more money you'll end up making from the offer. Also, the closer that the odds at the bookmaker are to the exchange, as you can see on here, the back and the lay odds, closer those are, the more money we'll make from the offer as well.
On that basis, we'll choose the horse race today, and we can see definitely no scale where it's got back odds available of 2.62 and the lay odds available at the exchange of 2.7. That's what we're going to lay against it. So if you can just click the blue information button, and that'll bring up the calculator that we need to use for this. So we've got all the information laid out in a nice, easy to follow format. It shows us the date, the time, what the event is, what time the race begins.
The back odds and the lay odds are in pink, which is important to become clear when we get into Betfair. Onto the calculator itself, you can see that there's the normal mode, which has got a little sort of ticking within the box there. That's what we need as per the guide. We need to do this first qualifying bet. We need to do it in normal mode on the calculator, so that's already done by default. The stake you need to do is a £5 stake, which you've already got in there, which is great. There's 2 steps here.
Step 1 is to go to Coral and bet £5 at odds of 2.62, so we're going to back definitely an Oscar.
So that actually go to Coral. If you click that, that should take us straight through, and thankfully it has.
You'll see there's lots of information there. There's lots of form and statistics and things like that that we don't really need for this.
So if I just scroll down, you'll then see where all the odds are just below that.
Which we've then got a few more of the horses showing for the race on there. And we can see we've got definitely an Oscar at odds of 2.62, which is the odds on the odds matcher. So if you click where it says 2.62, that will actually add the bet, the horse, to your bet slip, like that. And the only thing for us to do at this stage is then to add the stake, which is £5. And then click the bet now button.
And then that's us done at this stage. It should come up with confirmation. That has come up and said, yeah, it's fine. We can see it's confirmed, the bet's done. That's us done with Coral at this stage. So we're going to go back to the odds matcher and do step 2 for this process. Yeah. Again, it's all highlighted in pink. So if you click the go to Betfair, okay.
It's taken us straight to the 3:15 horse race at Kempton, which makes life a lot easier for us rather than having to find it ourselves. And this time we're presented with lots of different numbers on the screen. Don't be overawed. We've got the back odds in blue and we've got the lay odds in pink.
So there are lots of different numbers on there. Don't think about all the other ones. The only thing you've got to remember is the pink one.
Yeah.
So it's pink on the calculator, so you go in to click the number that's pink, which there's only one for Slovenia.
Yeah.
So just go back to the odds matcher. We're just going to double check what the odds on there, because I can't remember.
The lay odds here are 2.70, and it's asking us to lay £4.94 at odds of 2.7, and it says our liability is £8.40.
That liability, that's the amount of money we need in the exchange to sort of cover this bet that we're doing.
So if we pop back to the race, we can lay that £4.94. If you click the pink button where it says 2.70, and then you enter the stake of £4.94, and the liability should say £8.40, which it does, so we're all good.
So we know that's the same liability we saw on the calculator, so therefore we know that we're doing the right thing. So if you click the place bets, the only difference when you're doing a bet with an exchange, you have to do a second confirmation.
Yeah.
So always make sure you go through the 2-step and give that another. And that's it, done. That's our bets placed. So at this stage, we wait for this to finish. When you log back in, You're then going to have £20 of free bets to bet with from Coral, and then we're going to use those again and hopefully walk out with around £15-16 profit from it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, that was quite straightforward. So that was all really straightforward, and the guide made it really, really simple, just following it step by step. And that first bet has now settled, and I've got my free bet money, and now we're going to see how to turn that into a profit.
Okay, so at this point, I thought I'd just explain exactly where we stand profit-wise at this point.
So on the calculator here, it says your profit will be minus 31 pence.
So we are slightly down at the minute because the profit isn't coming from this qualifying bet. It's going to come from the free money that we get, the free bets from the bookmaker.
Right.
But the worst case now at this stage,
It's 31 pence.
now it's a case of just getting on with the free bets and we'll turn this into a nice profit.
Good.
Okay, so we've got all the free bets placed. Everything's backed at Coral. Everything's laid at the exchange. And as we can see back on the calculator, we've now got a profit guaranteed, which is the fun bit.
So overall there, you've got a minimum guaranteed profit of £15.94.
Less the qualifying loss we did on the first bets.
31 pence.
So you made around
£15.63 from that.
and it's a case of doing that. Same process for the rest of the offers that fall into that nature.
Ah. That's really straightforward, actually, isn't it? You can't really go wrong following
No.
any of that. So that was me having a go at match betting, and from that opening offer, I've made just over £14 profit. So that's not bad for just half an hour or so on the laptop. Now I'm going to work through all the other offers and hopefully make a lot more profit. And if you want to have a go as well, make sure you check out the Odds Monkey website and you can do the same 2 offers that I've been working on today.